Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FS25 Learn with me. Today, I'm your host, Field and Skylines, and today we are going to be learning about contracts in FS25. They have changed quite a bit. Um, I heard a lot of negative feedback about the changes. I am kind of on the fence. So let's talk contracts. So as you can see in the contract menu, um, right now we have quite a few. There's all different types of contracts that have been added. Um, the three contract types from the Silver Silver Forest map have been brought into all of the maps in FS25. Wood transport, rock removal, and deadwood collection. Fertilizing, weeding, hoeing, those have carried over. There's all sorts of new ones. They don't all have things right now for us to see. However, but there is a change, like with this mowing. Um, there are different mowing, silage wrapping, and baling, and probably hay making contracts. They're all different. Uh, Before in Farming Simulator 22, you would get a silage or hay contract, and you'd have to mow. You would, if it's a hay contract, would have to ted, then you'd have to bale, and then you'd have to deliver um, the bales somewhere. Or if it was a silage contract, you'd have to wrap them, wrap the bales, and then deliver them. And you could make quite a bit of money doing that because usually you'd have a bunch of bales left over that you could just end up selling or you could keep for your own farm. Well, now in 25, it's a little bit different. Now you just mow and then you leave the cut grass on the field. Or if you bale, whatever you bale, you just leave. You don't get to keep any of it. Same with the silage and stuff. So you can see though that there's like a difference between weeding using a weeder and hoeing, which is again removing small weeds. Weeding is using a weeder. I don't know why, what the difference between hoeing and weeding really are, um, but there are all sorts of different types of contracts, which I like. I like the fact that there's a lot of different ones that you can, like, here's a bale wrapping one now. We can go wrap bales. Um, Basically, all the bales will be on the field, and we'll be able to. In fact, I am going to borrow items on this one. Okay, and then mowing, I'm going to borrow items as well, just to kind of show what I'm talking about. The other thing we have to keep a note of is you can see there's a countdown happening. That is how long until the contract expires. And just picking it up doesn't stop the clock. You actually have to get this work done in that time period, which is nice because, like, if you look here, some of these are 56 hours. So that's, 2.5 days, 2.5 months of time or days of time, depending on how you're playing. Some of them are like 14 hours, which means you better get them done this month. So that is also new mechanic from FS22. So we're going to jump into our active. And again, just like before, you can only have um, three active contracts. So I'm going to jump up here. We're going to jump on active, and I think we're going to start with bale wrapping on 11. So we'll just jump into our first tractor, which is a Linder, and we're going to pick up the bale wrapper. Now remember, with wrapping, we have to buy materials. Now, as you can see, we have 12 of 12 bale wraps. We may have to come back and get more. I don't know. I don't know how many bales there's going to be. So let's go ahead. Automatic save is on. Maybe I'm too stupid to turn it off. No, just joking. I just forgot to turn it off. So game settings, and then let's just go ahead and set that to off. All right. So I want to look at the map, and we need to go to 14, and we're right here. So we'll take the main road. What's the quickest way? Well, if we take the main road up and around, I guess. So I'm going to do a quick jump cut to get us over to the wrapping area, and then I'll cut back in. All right, here we are. So I'm up to the plot where we need to bale or wrap. As you can see, the bales are all up there for me. I just have to wrap them, right? So let's just unfold and start wrapping. And as I do this, if you look at the top right, you can see the 2 contracts we have, and it has a progress right there in the main GUID, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to switch back and forth to see how far you are, how much more you have to do. As you can see, it's telling us 6%. So turn on unload bale, and then there we go, automatic drop. So all we have to do then is come through here and wrap. It's not very hard. We get paid. The thing is, though, we don't get to keep any of this. So I know people have been complaining because these used to be big money makers, and it won't be as much. So really, at the end of the day, this is just realism. Because these things wrapped aren't going to turn to silage instantly. It takes time. Also, usually if you're hired to do a contract, you don't get, unless they say, hey, we have to deliver this much, you really don't get to decide. Like, you don't get to keep the leftovers unless that's how you contract it, and rarely are there leftovers. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one up, and then we'll kick over to the mowing to see that, and another quick little jump cut. All right, so I have the bales baled. We're mowing now. We're probably going to just activate a worker for now, let them do what they're going to do. And I'm going to jump down here. As you can see, all the bales are wrapped, and it shows that the contract is complete. So even if I transport these somewhere, it is not going to allow it to be kept. It'll take them off the map. So let's jump into contracts, active, completed. And so if we collect, mission was collected, and you can see all the bales disappear off the map, and I got paid $4,700 that they told me to, that I would be paid. So that is the big difference with contracts. You're not going to be making the big cash like you were. I'm sure there'll be a script at some point, but on console it won't help us. I don't know what this worker is doing. He's finally mowing. Good for him. So yeah. The other thing I'm just gonna say, like on those silage wrapping and any baling, I would rent the equipment, because then you don't have to use your wrap. It'll give you a full amount of like bale wrap or whatever netting that you might need. So that's what I would recommend doing. That way you don't have to use your own supply. I don't know what this worker is doing. Sometimes the workers kick off nicely, sometimes not. I probably was in the wrong spot for it, but it'll work its way out. But with that, I'm going to leave the episode there. I want to say thank you for watching. Learn with me on Farming Sailor 25. Please like the video. If you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content, and comment down below if you have any questions about contracts or Farming Simulator 25 or whatever. So here's a bunch of baling contracts that just popped up. These are all baling probably square bales, round bales. Uh, so some of those popped up. You have 13 hours to get those done. Some harvesting contracts. So at the end of the day, you have all the contracts we used to, and then a few extras. Like there's stone picking, that's kind of a new one. Um, and then you have all the wood ones that they introduced on Silver Run Forest. So yeah, but again, like I said, with that, I'm going to leave the video here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have yourselves an excellent rest of your day. Goodbye.